Dual pruning shears make life in the garden a living unpleasantness. So today, since it's kind of cold and rainy and it's the middle of winter, we're gonna snip it up. And welcome back to Gardening with Andrew. Ooh, it's a chilly one out here today. It's the middle of the winter, and this is a great time for you to get some indoor work done because it's raining outside. So today, we're going to sharpen shears. These guys, clippers, secateurs, whatever you want to call them, these guys cut plants. And it's a good idea to cut your plants because every time you're snipping along there, you're making wounds in the plants. You're literally cutting bits off of it. And if the cut is nice and sharp, like a scalpel, it'll make a clean cut. You'll rip through less cells, and that means it can heal over faster. There are actually spores and little bacteria floating around in the air right now, just waiting for a chance to slip into your plant's inner guts and destroy it from the inside. So the cleaner the cut, the faster it'll heal and the less likely there'll be diseases inside the plant. So we're not trying to win any beauty contests here, we just want them to be sharp. So a good thing to do first is just test them, feel it. Oh, okay, it's that sharp, right? So you got a baseline, and then you're going to work your way up from there. So what I'm going to do is get something that takes off bolts. And then this can go different for different kind of shears. But mine come apart like this, which is really weird. This edge isn't sharp. It doesn't need to be sharp. It doesn't want to be sharp. And the rest of it just needs a bit of a wipe down, and then we're all set. Important bit on mine actually comes off entirely. Yours may or may not do this. It may not come apart at all. You can still do this even if it doesn't come apart. It's just easier. If you have a lot of sap buildup or any kind of resinousy gooiness on it, maybe from some old oil or something, you can use a bit of dish soap, just regular soap and water. So I'm going to take some of my soap, some of my water here. Oh, beautifully laid out, I hope you notice. And just give it a little wipe down. There's no trick here. You're literally just cleaning this like you do a butter knife. Beautiful. One thing you really don't want is rust. Number 2 type steel wool, the regular kind, and just rub it out. Just like an eraser, you know? Oh yeah. Okay, lots of scrubbing there, but now it's looking a little bit better. Again, you could keep buffing away until it looks beautiful and shiny, and then you'll, be able to build yourself a little trophy and put it in your cabinet case and say you have the sharpest shears in this side of the Mississippi, but I'm just gonna leave it like this because I don't care. So, to the actual sharpening. You need one of these fellas. Something like it, there's a lot of them, they look different things, different ways. It's a file. This thing's job is to sharpen metal stuff. And if you look at the blade, one side's got an angle on it. It's going downy a bit there, and the other side is totally flat. You're just taking off a little bit of metal at the very tip. The key thing is try something. Just give it a go and then feel it. Does it feel sharper? Remember we tried it earlier? Is it sharper now? Yeah, it's sharper. And there's no end here. You could do this forever. It's done when you think it's sharp enough. Don't cut yourself. Did I say that? Yeah, don't. Don't do that. A lot of these sharpening stones and different bits of sharpeners will have like a rough side and a smooth side. So you do the rough side first, like get the hard, you know, work done first, and then you swip it over and do the smooth side, and that like gentle remove stuff, so you're getting like a super fine point. I'm just gonna lay it down flat, because remember this other side's totally flat. So you just keep up with whatever it's doing. This is just sort of straightening out the metal at the very tip there. So hard to see, but now the very tip of it is shiny like steel should be. Like steel glinting off of the palisades of a castle on a fine spring morning right before the siege begins. Yeah. So you're just going to feel along the edge very carefully. Do not cut yourself. And if you do cut yourself, do not leave me a comment saying, Andrew, you made me cut myself, because you did it. I wasn't there. Be sensible. Oh, yes. That's good. Rust makes stuff dull. It makes it go away and go in the trash can. So, no rust. We remove the rust. Now we don't want more rust. The way you do that is you cover it in oil. You got a lot of oils out there. You can use like WD-40 if you want. You can use like a 3-in-1 oil, something like that. You know, household oils, that kind of thing. I wouldn't use cooking oil because it's a bit glompy. It kind of gets like gunged up. I have tried it. It gets like sawdust buildup and it gets all gummy, and then you got to wipe it off a lot. I mean, it works, sort of. But you know what does work and isn't going to kill you is mineral oil. That's the kind of stuff you put on your cutting board. That's what I got here. So I'm just going to, again, take my disposable rag here and just put oil on it, right? This is not tricky. You're just rubbing oil on a thing. No problem. Just putting oil on stuff. Do the nut and bolt. Why not? Okay. So in my case, reassembly. Gonna put it back together. How do work? That goes there. Maybe. Yes. Okay, and then one last little tricky bit here. You know, screw the bolt on so it's all the way on, so the thing doesn't come flying apart. But don't screw it on as hard as you can. Like normally when you do nuts and bolts, you're like trying to get it in there. This guy, you want to stop just shy of 100%. You know, you're going for like 95% screwed in, and it's up to you. It's how much chunk. So you can see if I screw it in too much, it stays in. Normally it would spring out because it's got a spring. So I want it just shy there. So I can work it a little bit. I'm going to back mine up a tiny bit. There we go. And now we can do our winter pruning. It worked. Well, there we go. And that's how you can sharpen up your pruning shears. It's really not too bad, and you can skip a lot of the steps if you really need to. The main thing is that you file it down and you oil it up. That's the goal. So next time you have a little bit of spare time, you want to garden, but it's rainy out, have a sharpen. And this works on all your sharp tools. Your shears, your big loppers, your little eagle-headed ones, you know, that pole saw. All those guys could use a sharpen up, so why not use this winter doldrum to give your whole shed a little bit of shine. All right, that's it. Thanks, folks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It makes my heart warm and fuzzy. And next time, we'll do something even more exciting. Bye-bye.